Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Working on the bandsaw again. Got the gearbox opened up. Looked down inside of it. Got some kind of interesting ideas. Well, this gearbox is greased. It's not set up for oil. Looks like it's been greased a long time. And the gear doesn't appear to be too badly worn. I'm a little concerned about trying to put oil in a gearbox that was set up for grease. Tends to leak when you do that. Because grease has certain properties, one of which is it's thixotropic. In other words, once it's at rest, it wants to stay at rest. Well, since I don't have to worry about the grease spilling out, let's plug this thing in and see what it does. Well, the grease appears to be in pretty good shape. I think I'm going to leave this alone. I went online and came up with lots of recommendations for what should and shouldn't go in a gearbox. One of the things that was very important was to make sure that it was compatible with a bronze gear. And this SuperTech 85W140 gear lubricant specifically says protects against rust, foam, high temperature, and corrosion of copper or bronze bushings. Well, since this is supposed to be a bronze gear, but I can't really tell without cleaning it off, and I don't think I'm going to, the idea is you don't want to put anything in there that's going to cause that bronze gear to disintegrate. Well, this grease has been in there a long time. When I pulled that seal off, the seal was so stuck on there it came apart in pieces. So I don't think that there's going to be a problem having that gear grease in there. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to open this thing up and redistribute the grease every once in a while, but other than that, not going to do a thing. Sounds quiet, runs good. Sometimes the best fix is just not to screw with things. But I am going to have to make a new gasket. That gasket is totally gone. So I'm going to take this plate down, which is surprisingly clean. I take this plate down and use that as a template to make a gasket to seal off that opening. Shouldn't be too difficult. This is the gearbox cover for the Milwaukee Bandsaw. When I pulled it off, the gasket came apart in shreds. Not unusual. I just have to make a new gasket. The easiest way for me to cut out a gasket is to take a piece of gasket material, lay it out on a table, mark it out with a pencil, this is a vent. So it has to have air passage out of the gasket. Now I've got my gasket material marked where it needs to be cut. Now I like to use a pair of shears. For punching out the holes for the bolts, I just use this cheap set of knockout punches. I bought these at Harbor Freight. They're a knockoff brand called Grip. They work though. With a piece of wood clamped in the vise so that the end grain is up, I just center the punch over the hole, quick tap. There we've got a nice hole. Then I just repeat that for the other three. Don't have to hit it really hard. I just got to do the punched hole for the vent. I've got a little hole in there that I'm going to use as a marker, but I'm going to use this bigger punch just to make the hole a little bit bigger. That way I know that it's going to vent out well. This only really seals around the outer edge. And the inner piece just kind of frames it to hold it out against the outer edges so that you can get these bolt holes lined up. I could trim it away so it'd just be a perimeter gasket, but it'd be harder to put on. Just got to get rid of some of the curl in the gasket material from sitting in that roll for so many years. There we go. Now I'm ready to go put it on. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.